Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crossover Ministries. My name is Nisha, and today I will be giving you guys a word. Yes, you guys, every day I bring you something the Lord puts on me or whatever He wants me to share. Yesterday I shared just how to worship Him. Just kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit how the Lord how He leads me in the Spirit whenever He wants to minister to me. And I just, I sit there and I listen and just whatever the Lord wants to pour on me. So I highly encourage you to take the time out to really seek Him and to worship Him with thanksgiving and praise. And so I just wanted to share that again. So today, you guys, I want to talk about Christ. I want to talk about the foundation. And I want to share this with you because I believe many of you have changed your lives over, and you gave up, you surrender, and you come to Christ. And so now, regardless of what your status is, God is always welcoming you with open arms. And so I just want to share with you guys that all of us, even the ones who probably always been in the Word and maybe know the Word, and they may have an intimate relationship. Not only that, God also wants to have that with you. So remember when He said, even if it was 100 sheep and one got lost, will He leave the 99 to go after the one? So yes, the Lord is coming for you. And so don't be scared, because He loves you just like He loves the rest. So I want to share with you guys, I'm just going to read out of Ephesians 3. And I don't know what your timing is like, but today I kind of, got quite a few scriptures. So I want to back it up with His word and just share those things with you. So I'm going to start with, like I said, Ephesians 2, verse 19. And I'll be reading verse 19 through 22, just to kind of give you a little bit more. So now you Gentiles are no longer strangers and foreigners. Thank God. You are citizens along with all of God's holy people. You are members of God's family. Together, we are His house, built on the foundation of the apostles and the prophets. And the cornerstone is Christ Jesus Himself. We are carefully joined together in Him, becoming a holy temple for the Lord. Through Him, you Gentiles are also being made part of the dwelling where God lives by His Spirit. So yes, even whatever you did, even if you were like an outsider, and once you came to Christ, now God lives in you. Now he lives in you. He abides in you, just like you abide in Him. And so those are the things that the Lord is saying, hey, I am now a part of you. Your body is my temple. This is where I would take place. This is where I will communicate with you and tell you things, what to do, what to say, He's going to tell you, no, we get this out, and now I'm going to pour more of this, because now He lives inside you. And that's the whole point. All of us, we just want to get to that next level with Him. And so what I was listening to today was just so awesome. One guy was saying that no matter what area it is in life, you'll never have God completely figured out, because you cannot master in one area when you are following God, because it's just so much to Him. So don't ever think that you just got Him completely figured out, because trust me, no one would ever have that. And the only person that ever walked this earth was Jesus. And of course, He's God. So yes, I wanted to share that too. So in Isaiah, I wrote this down because that way I have to keep flipping back and forth. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 16. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, I am placing a foundation stone in Jerusalem, a firm and tested stone. It is a precious cornerstone that is safe to build on. Whoever believes need never be shaken. So here, Christ is our foundation. And whatever the Lord have given you, like I said, if it's ideas, like businesses, ministry work, whatever the Lord has given you personally, when the Lord gives it to you, He's going to allow you to build it, because you'll be standing on top of Him and He's with you. So nothing can affect you. Nothing can make you fall off the plan that the Lord has for you, because once it's for you, once He say it to you, it's yours. So don't worry. Just remember that as long as you come into Christ, that's the foundation that, we are. And so remember, Christ is the cornerstone. For those of you who are probably new to this, he is that solid foundation. And so that's what he's making us. Like, we'll be those rocks, that's pounding on there. Nothing can stop us or anything, because we're little miniature, like miniature parts of him. So remember that, because we are, as he's pouring into us, he's taking out like all the toxic stuff. And so we'll get more holiness in us because of who he is. And so, like I said, you think about oil and water, how it just don't mix. Well, that's how it is with Christ. He cannot reside in a place that's, I'll say, that's evil, just so, let's say, screwed up and things. So what he does, he takes all that out of you little by little, because he's teaching you too. And so then he started placing you with some of his ways and his ideas and, his holiness, because he is holy. And so in your temple, your body is where he's at. So he's here, and watch how he just cleanse you. Like if you have any diseases and things, he is going to purify you. You'll be disease free. You know what I mean? Like you'll be headache free, and, you don't have to worry about, and you will have issues, but I'm telling you, you're going to have peace with it. You're just going to fly through it. When you have Christ, you're going to beat it. And so just remember that. And then Matthew 16:18, now I say to you that you are Peter, which means rock, and upon this rock I will build my church, and all the powers of hell will not conquer it. So yes, Peter, which I believe his name was Simon. Simon. That was his name. And I cannot think of what Simon meant, but I know Peter, of course, it says it means rock. And so for years, I don't know, when I hear Pete Rock, I used to, was a rapper. I don't know if any of you are familiar with them. I was just like, okay, I just thought it was just a nickname. Never knew they had got that out of the Bible. Well, anyways, all of us, like I said, we are all miniature rocks. You might be that first one in your family. So you that first leader, that rock in your family that the Lord has called. You're the first one probably in your group of friends that the Lord has called and wants to use. Even in your relationships sometimes, like with husbands and wives. The Lord will use you. You could be the first one. You'll be the first one. And so once once you get in that relationship, so like with Peter, when Jesus was asking him before he told him what he was, Jesus asked, well, who did Peter and them call them? He was asking the apostles, and Peter said that Christ was the Son of God, Son of the living God. And so that's when Christ said, well, only way you could have known that is my Father revealed it to you. And so here, God knows his people. He's chose he already chose who he wants. Peter was really the first leader during that time. And so, and I believe it was I'm trying to see. I'm probably going to wait for him at this comment. But anyways, he was the first one. That's who Jesus had called. So, God already knows, you guys. He's going to reveal himself to whomever is open with willingness, that's really ready to take on his ways. Like there's a lot of us, like I said, it's a lot of people I believe that wants to come to Christ. They just have a hard time maybe giving themselves up. And once we get rid of that me spirit and we replace it with Christ, and we start worshiping Christ and, realize like you want to live for Christ, a lot of that stuff starts to die off. And so with Peter, because Peter was a hothead, he had like, like I said, he was Simon before, but I'm just saying like Peter had all these issues and, but God still used him. Peter was a fighter, he was, and a businessman, and even when him being in business, Jesus said, I'm going to teach you how to be fishers of men. And so, of course, some of you probably don't understand that. It's bringing, he's getting all these people and bringing them to Christ. And that's what we're all supposed to be. So when we look at Peter, you guys, all of us should be an example of who Peter is. And And so that's when he used him. So Peter, like I said, that's the one that the Lord has started with. And so one thing, I wrote down 3 things I want to say. So number 1, Jesus himself, and then I'll say his work on salvation by dying on the cross for us. That's why, like with the whole, I want you to understand, like with the whole church, the foundation is Jesus himself. And so I just want to let you guys know that, and then think about this. And he said, all powers of hell will not conquer it. And so remember that, because it's all built on Christ. And Christ, of course, when he died, he paid the way. He overcome everything. So can nothing change anything, like it's already been written. And if you don't believe, read Revelation. Read Daniel and read Revelation. And then Peter is number 2, the first great leader in the church of Jerusalem. I knew it was something. I knew I wrote it down. He was the first one in Jerusalem. So he was that leader, you guys. He set that example. Like I said, whatever, you could be that in your own town, even in your church, because I do believe like a lot of the churches, especially like the ones that's kind of like, kind of been around for a while and they kind of set in their ways. The Lord is revamping his vision. It's a new era. And I know some of the people don't like change, but when God is doing something, and I'm going to tell you something right now, if he's called you to do it, just do it. Don't worry about what people want to say or anything, because like I said, he is using you, and you're going to build whatever he's telling you to build in this new era. And remember, because he's got you, he's, like I said, he's up under you. He's on the side, behind you, in front, like he's got you. But he's allowing all of us leaders. So if you are a leader and Christ is calling you, this is what he's calling you to do. You are Peter. So just remember that you are Peter right now. And then as time goes, some of you will be Paul and so on, so it's just amazing. And then the confession of faith that Peter gave, and that subsequent true believers would give, it seems most likely that the rock refers to Peter as the leader of the church, just as Peter had revealed the true identity of Christ. So Jesus revealed Peter's identity and role. So I'm going to tell you guys something he told me, and I know I probably shared that thing on one of my videos. He said, know who you are in me so you can become who you are through me. And the only way you're going to know that, you guys, is when you submit to him. When you submit to his plan, he'll start to reveal who you are and telling you, your name might even change. Like, some people probably call me Nene, but, the Lord might be like, but you're Lanisha. You're Lanisha. That's who you are, and some, you might even get a new name. You just might get a new name. Like some people have them street names like Pookie or something, or I don't know, Junebug. And then all of a sudden the Lord said, you know what? Your name is John, which means gracious. And so, God is gracious. So you think about that. Like he will give you a new name, a new role, a new title. He's going to give you all those things. You are no longer that old person, because now, like I said, you Gentiles have came to Christ, and now you are building on his foundation. So everything changes. So I wanted to share that. And then, And then 1 Corinthians 3:16, it says, don't you realize that all of you together are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God lives in you? Yes, you guys, all of you. Like I said, not just males, not just females, not just black, not just white, not just old, not just young, not Indians, not, I don't care, Australians or whatever, like it's all of us, every last one of us. He's calling all of us. Don't you realize that all of you together are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God lives in you? He lives in every last one of us. And like I said before, we all function as the body of Christ, and we all play our own role in this. And so let the Lord groom you in that area, and let him build you on his foundation. That's what you want. And you continue to seek him. And then 1 Corinthians 3:17, it says, God will destroy anyone who destroys this temple, for God's temple is holy, and you are the temple. Think about that. You are that temple. Sorry. This is precious to God. We are precious. This shell, inside this, it's very precious to him. And he loves his children. And yes, I know some of you probably would face some hardships like being persecuted and things, But let me tell you something. Don't worry. The Lord's got you. And the people that's trying to harm you, or the enemy, the Lord will take care of that, because you belong to him. You belong to him. You do not belong to this world. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So just remember to keep on pressing and pushing towards Christ, and let him build you continually just on his foundation, because it's so worth it. You'll be saving so many lives. And remember, it's not just about you. It's about so many others who don't know him. And then they're going to do the same. We'll keep on doing this, and it's harvest time, So I think about that. It's harvest time. And the Lord is calling every last one of us to play our part. But remember, Christ is the foundation. He came, he paid the way, and now everything it's ready. It's ready. And so I just pray that you guys seek him wholeheartedly. And for some of you, I know this might be a little hard for you to understand. But when I say communicate with God and ask him, he will reveal whatever it is that he needs you to understand. Ask for wisdom. Ask for understanding. Ask for knowledge. You want to ask for all those things, and you want his godly wisdom, his godly knowledge, his godly understanding, so that way you can really understand the things that he is saying. Because like I said, not everybody gets to get this. Not everybody gets to eat off of this. The ones that who accepted the call, the call of this is the ones who gets to eat off of it, and then their fruit will show. And so that's what it's about. So just remember, you are not excluded because of your race, because of your sex, because of your age. He doesn't care about none of that. He's just asking you to answer the call. And when you answer it, let him help you to build on his foundation. So I want to thank you guys again for joining me on Crossover Ministries. My name is Nisha, and I just want to say I'll see you to the next time, which is tomorrow, because I always have something for you. So I just want to say thank you. May the Lord bless you and your family, because some of you, I know you have families, and you take the time out to listen to this. So I just want to share this with you also. I now been putting it out at 5 o'clock in the morning, because I know a few people said, when they got to go to work at 6. So I used to put it out at 6, but they were just like, hey, I wouldn't mind listening to you before I go to work. So yes, I just wanted to share that with you too. And just whatever it is, if you have anything, please leave a comment, share. And if someone you feel like this is for, please send it to them. And if this is for you, then subscribe. So I just want to say thank you again. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Bye.